This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It is what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
That's right. We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette. There are a couple sprinkles in the forecast, but obviously it's going to clear up.
Yeah, that's moving out, but the wrecks and the traffic and all that's just kind of hanging around right now. Joy, what's happening out there?
Yeah, so here's one accident that we're following. It's not our only one, but this one stuck with us for quite some time, and now we're starting to see that congestion building. It's in the eastbound lanes of Loop 1604, blocking the exit to Green Mountain here on the northeast side of San Antonio. Our newer accident is going to be here on the southeast side, I-37 southbound at Loop 410, and we do have 2 lanes blocked because of that. In fact, I'm also seeing congestion spilling over onto 410 as well for the people who are trying to get onto I-37. We are also, of course, watching the construction. I-35 downtown on the upper level northbound between I-10 and Brooklyn Avenue still partially blocked. Here's an overview of the rest of San Antonio. It's starting to pick up, so let's keep watching it for you. We'll bring you these live updates with your on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thanks. New this morning, a family is okay, so that's the good news here, but the pictures are bad news. This is a house fire on the north side. This was about 3 a.m. on Robinwood Lane near Hebner. Right now, fire investigators still trying to figure out what exactly caused that fire, but they do say that house is a total loss. The San Antonio City Council is one step closer to figuring out ways to profit from its sports and entertainment district. They'll be holding an audit meeting later today at City Hall. News 4's Christina De Leon has more on what they'll be discussing and how much it could potentially cost you, the taxpayer. Christina, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, David. Good morning, everyone. You know, their agenda talks about new revenue opportunities moving forward with this project and hiring an executive program manager. So you may remember it was just a couple of months ago in the November elections that voters approved funding for the San Antonio Sports and Entertainment District, including a new Spurs arena. Now, during this audit meeting, there is talk about hiring a firm to provide projected cost and service impacts and identifying new revenue opportunities for the proposed Sports and Entertainment District. To do that, it would cost about $350,000. Also on that agenda, it's providing the city with an executive program manager for the Sports and Entertainment District program. That would estimate a total value of $10 million over the next 2 years with a one-year option for renewal. So they're looking at these 2 items on their agenda. They're going to be discussing it at this audit meeting. That is set to begin a few hours from now at 10 a.m. And of course, we're going to be there and let you know what happens moving forward. Reporting live downtown, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thank you. Several local school districts are facing budget cuts, low enrollment, low test scores, all of that leading to them shutting down campuses. SAISD's done that several times. The future, though, now of Carvajal Elementary School on the west side, that's the latest school in jeopardy. School board meeting last night to talk about the possibility of shutting down that campus because of low enrollment and the fact that it's been labeled a failing school for 3 straight years. The district says that closing a school promotes equity because smaller schools are more expensive to operate. No decision yet, but families are divided on what the district should do next.
If Carvajal needs to be reimagined, then do it with the community, not to the community. Revisit boundary maps, invest in leadership stability, partner with families, give students what they deserve.
Despite a rapidly declining student enrollment, our present superintendent, like me, a former New Yorker, has bravely recognized the fiscal and educational challenges that our district faces and has proposed closing an elementary school that has been given an F rating by the state for the last 3 years. I urge this board to show the same courage and meet the obstacles we are facing head on. Allowing schools such as Carvajal to remain open only increases the pain that will result down the road.
So if the campus does close, district officials have proposed the building of a new state-of-the-art school that would serve kindergarten through 8th grade students on the west side. That school board will vote January 20th.
Emma Allen at the live desk. We are taking a live look at the White House this morning. The BBC is asking a court to dismiss President Donald Trump's multi-billion-dollar lawsuit over the editing of a January 6th speech. In a court filing, the British broadcaster argued a Florida court does not have jurisdiction because the program did not air in Florida. The BBC also says Trump cannot prove damages, pointing out he was reelected after the documentary aired. Trump claims a Panorama documentary misleadingly spliced his remarks, emphasizing phrases like fight like hell, while leaving out his call for a peaceful protest. Now, the BBC has already apologized for the edit, but denies acting with actual malice and is asking the judge to dismiss the case. That's the latest from the live desk.
Emma, thank you. Plans for a new flood warning system are moving forward in Kerr County. Commissioners approved several measures that'll lead to a permanent warning system along the Guadalupe River. But some city leaders worry they won't be installed before peak summer season. Ingram City Council member Ray Howard says that while he understands the government process can be tedious and long, he was hoping to get the funds for sirens sooner.
Well, it was looking like it wasn't going to get done because of the slowness of bureaucracy. I thought the wheels of justice turned slow. It's like a slow crash. You know, it's like, when is this gonna take place?
Cities like Ingram are looking to add 3 siren towers along the river with a price tag of more than $200,000 each. Kerr County is expected to spend more than $5 million for new towers and flood warning upgrades.
Summer camps along the Guadalupe are installing high-tech flood siren systems that would warn campers of severe flooding. Camp Mystic, where 27 campers and counselors died on the 4th of July, is one of those camps getting siren towers. Now, that campus will not open this summer, but the other Camp Mystic location, the one at Cypress Lake, will be open. Britt Eastland, whose father Dick Eastland died trying to rescue some of the girls, says the sirens will go off automatically when they detect floodwaters.
Do you think a system like this might have saved your dad's life and the lives of the others?
I do. My dad was obsessed with monitoring the weather all his years at camp.
Tonight, the I-Team will show you how those sirens work and why summer camps think they'll be more effective than other warning systems. Don't miss that story tonight at 10 right here on 4. Budget-friendly grocery chain Aldi is expanding its footprint into the United States, and you might be using artificial intelligence and probably don't even know it.
Jane King is live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, David and Marisa. Good morning. Yeah, AI is everywhere, it feels like. And 9 in 10 Americans do use AI on their phone, but only 38% actually realize that they do. Now, we often use AI every day for things like weather alerts and call screening and autocorrect. This survey was conducted by Talker Research for Samsung, and the survey found half of respondents don't think they use AI on their phone, but 86% said, yeah, they do when prompted with the AI tools and the features. Well, Aldi is launching a massive expansion across the U.S. It plans to open more than 180 stores by the end of this year. That would push its total footprint to nearly 2,800 this year. And the goal is to have 3,200 stores by the end of 2028. It will enter the Colorado market for the first time and will open more stores in the Southeast and the West. It will also open 3 new distribution centers in Florida, Colorado, and Arizona. Well, you can get free double protein at Chipotle today. It's for Chipotle Rewards members on what they say is one of the most popular days to work out. Now, in addition to the free double protein offer, Chipotle also introduced a high protein menu. And has LinkedIn become a dating app? In recent years, the professional networking site has become more than a place to put a resume and to follow industry leaders and to network with other people. Sometimes it gets personal and people are looking for dates. Now, users say they can find people in similar fields and cities with common professional interests. Okay, the markets were like Teflon yesterday. We started way down on the criminal investigation of the Fed chair, but then came back and in fact closed at record highs. Now, this morning we are looking a little bit lower. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
So, now we're being creepy on LinkedIn. Whatever happened to just going up, right? I mean, that's weird. I mean, here's my resume. I'm looking for a job, and then what? A potential
and a date. I know. Well, here's the thing. Like, does the person on the other end know, like, that you're connecting with them because you might be interested in them? Like, a dating app is, everybody knows why they're there, but LinkedIn could be a little. But you avoid some of the weirdness of the dating sites too. Like, you're kind of screening people automatically.
You know where it's not weird, Jane? The old days, just
I'm glad I'm married.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say that the reason I think people do it is to see where people's salaries are.
Oh,
That's what our little friend, our floor director, Trevor,
That's
said.
probably part of it. Like, you know, do you have a good job? Where did you go to college?
Do they have a job?
You can find all that stuff on LinkedIn.
Nobody knows true love like the bottom line. The great Jane King live in New York. Jane, have a great day.
Thanks.
That was fun. Consumer news, President Trump says he'll slap a new tariff on any country doing business with Iran. He says that 25% tariff begins immediately, and that could drive up the price of things made in China, which does a lot of business with both Iran and the U.S. There have been anti-government protests in Iran now for weeks. In fact, about 500 protesters have died in those protests because of that, the president has threatened to attack Iran if its military continues to use force against the protesters.
Paramount is taking its pursuit of Warner Brothers discovery to court. They're asking a judge to force Warner Brothers to disclose information about its deal with Netflix. Meanwhile, Paramount is attempting a hostile takeover by buying a majority of Warner Brothers stock. Shareholders are still divided on which company is offering a better deal.
All the movie stars want it to go to Paramount. They don't want it on Netflix because they don't go to the theater. They want them to keep going to the movie theater. If you're a Bruce Lee fan, listen to this. The post office will issue a stamp of the legend next month. He, of course, an icon in the 70s because of all kinds of things, movies, culture, obviously the sport as well. The stamp features him executing that famous flying kick. The stamp will be sold starting February 18th.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette Caille.
The funny thing is, my husband loves Bruce Lee too. So I was thinking, I'll get him some, but I'm afraid he won't use it because he won't want it.
It could be a collector's item.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Something he could save.
Maybe frame it. Oh, there you go.
Man, those movies, it brings back memories. We used to sit with my dad and watch those movies. I remember that was the time when you didn't have to understand what they were saying. It was all about the action.
Yeah.
And I loved his gear, the shoes. My dad actually used to sell we used to call them the Bruce Lees.
Oh, is that right?
At his stores. Anyway, all right, let's talk weather.
Trip down memory lane.
It is pretty cold this morning, and it's raining too. Get this, while it has not been a whole lot of rain, it is the most rain we've seen in over a month. The rain is starting to taper off. It's lifting a little farther to the north and east. Be careful. We'll still see some wet roads here, at least for the next hour or so. A couple of cold fronts coming across the area this week. One tomorrow, another one Friday. Pretty chilly over the next several mornings. Tomorrow morning will be colder than this morning. Thursday morning, even colder. Clouds and radar out to the west of I-35 and down towards the southwest. It is dry, the rain lifting farther to the north and east. We're still seeing rain over northern and eastern Bexar County, including much of Comal County, Guadalupe County, Wilson County, eastern Atascosa County, still seeing light rain. That's on the other side of I-37, and light rain in McMullen County. Very patchy stuff closer to Gonzales. Closer look at live power Doppler radar showing you how the western half of Bexar County starting to see that dry wedge. Meanwhile, still some light steady rain over eastern Bexar County. Here is the weather maker that's bringing the rain. It's an upper level disturbance moving in from the Pacific. That will be lifting to the north, and once it moves away, it'll gradually clear out here from west to east throughout the day. Temperatures this morning, chilly, 40s and 50s, many spots in the 40s, lower 50s across the east. It's 44 in Bernie. So again, the rain ending here in the next hour. It'll be cloudy still until midday, and then this afternoon after 2, we'll see some sun. Should become mostly sunny for at least an hour or two before the sun goes down. Clear skies tonight, lots of sunshine tomorrow. Cold front does come through tomorrow in the afternoon. No rain with it, but it'll turn a little breezy with gusts 20 to 25 miles an hour. Thursday, lows in the upper 30s to low 40s. In the afternoon, we'll see highs climbing to the low 70s. Actually, tomorrow it's going to get into the low 70s, and then Thursday is when it's going to get back into the 60s. So rain here over the next hour. Again, cloudy through the morning, mostly cloudy by midday, after 2 becoming partly sunny. Forecast high of 61. Eastern zone, you'll see the rain for the next couple of hours until about 8 or 9. Hill country rain ending in the next hour. Here you go, 7-day forecast. So 43 tomorrow morning, 71 in the afternoon, chilly tomorrow morning, and then it gets colder Thursday morning behind the front, 40 to start, 65 in the afternoon. We're back to the low 70s Friday, and then here comes a second cold front. No rain, by the way, with either of those fronts. The weekend ahead will be much cooler, highs in the low 60s, upper 30s for morning lows Sunday morning and next Monday morning, Monday being MLK Day. There may be some spots in the hill country that see a light freeze Sunday in the morning. Here's extended for the hill country, and here's the next 7 days for the eastern zone. All in all, not too bad, certainly cool.
All right, we have a first look here at that accident on the southeast side of San Antonio. This is a live view from I-37. We're already seeing delays here. It's the southbound lanes at Loop 410. Some of that congestion is spilling over onto 410 as well, at least on the connecting ramp. So just 2 lanes blocked off right now because of this accident. Of course, we still have the accident on the northeast side. This one, I've had to zoom out a little bit to show you the traffic because it has started to stretch quite a bit. When we first started looking at this, wasn't really slowing us down. Now we're seeing that delay, and it is the eastbound lanes of 1604, the exit ramp to Green Mountain. Downtown, one more reminder, of course, of the construction on the upper level of I-35 northbound between I-10 and Brooklyn Avenue. That's the latest for now with your on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thank you. A youth hockey stunt is under investigation in central Pennsylvania. It stems from a staged hockey brawl by an under-8 youth team. This scene played out during intermission at an American Hockey League game in Hershey. The young players dropped their gloves, threw punches, even cross-checked without adults stepping in. The Atlantic Amateur Hockey Association says it is investigating and promises appropriate action for the adults and players involved.
I saw this story last night, and apparently they have their mascots, and the mascots are adults, and they were skating around, and they didn't stop the little kids. So
how old are the kids?
8, like 8, 9, probably that league. So
I don't know.
A little sad.
Not the greatest look.
Yeah, not the greatest look. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.